Hi, I'm Pratap Reddy. I'm the author of two books, Weather Permitting and Ramya's Treasure. Both these books are about immigrant experience. Though they are fictional, they are distilled from my very own experiences as an immigrant to Canada. Having introduced myself, I'd like to thank the Brampton Library System and the members of and visitors to the Brampton Libraries for inviting me to participate in the Culture Days program. Talking about libraries, when I was a child, I thought a library or any repository of books like a bookstore or a book fair was the most wonderful thing in the world. I love to read, and going to a bookshop, there was nothing equal to it. Even when I traveled with my parents to various cities in India, more than visiting a place of tourist attraction or a historical site, going to a famous bookstore in the town was the best thing I could think of doing. When I went to Madras, now called Chennai, there was the Higginbothams. In Bombay, there was the Strand and an excellent used bookshop called Smoker's Corner. In Bangalore, there was Gangaram's and those bookshops on Brigade Road. All this adds up to the fact that I thought there was no profession as admirable as that of a writer. A writer who can provide so much of entertainment, create a world where you can literally participate in, especially writers of escapist fiction like those who were popular in India those days. Alistair MacLean, Desmond Bagley, Hammond Innes, Helen McInnes, and not to forget mystery writers like Agatha Christie and Dorothy Sayers. The fact that I enjoyed books for some perverse reason made me want to become a writer. I was hardly in my teens, but it is easier said than done. It took years, maybe even decades, before I could publish my first book, and it happened after I came to Canada in 2002. In Canada, there are creative writing programs which are very accessible. There are organizations like Diaspora Dialogues which help new writers. And I am thankful to my publisher Guernica for picking up a first-time writer and publishing his book. Now I am currently working on my second novel. But even I am working on it, and it is not even halfway through, COVID made its presence felt. The idea of isolating yourself, the fear of contracting a dreaded disease, especially if one had an underlying condition, had a very dampening effect on my creativity. We had planned 2 trips, one to the USA and one to Peru. We had to shelve that. All this had an impact on me. On top of all this, I have a day job. As you might know, there are not many writers who can live off their writing. For my day job, I have to start working from home. As it is, I work from home doing my writing work. In addition to this, for my day job, many of you all will know, there are not many writers who can live off their writing, and a day job is necessary to keep them going. I had to work from home as an underwriter. This was all a bit too much for me. I felt as if all my creative juices were evaporating. I understand there are many writers who have taken to the internet world as ducks take to water. With a great deal of ease, they can negotiate this online world participating in Zoom or some such platform. Kudos to them. Unfortunately, I'm not so computer savvy. Nevertheless, the human mind has a way of coping with adversity. By and by, I learned to get used to my new kind of life, and I started writing poems even if I could not get in full time into my novel. I would like to read one or two poems that I had written on the pandemic. Before I read from my poems, I'd like to bring your attention to a new book, a remarkable book which has been recently published. It's called Changing the Face of Canadian Literature. It's an anthology edited by Dane Swan. This book has many interesting pieces by talented and accomplished writers of color. I don't know how my story got selected, but nevertheless it is there in it. Though I might not be in the same league, my short story is quite interesting. It's about a pair of unidentical twins, one growing up in India and one growing up in Canada. The story is part poem and part prose. If you get the chance, please buy or borrow, but make it a point to read this book. Now I'd like to read from my poem. Time permitting, I'll read two. The poem is Ode to a Face Mask. You lowly, humble face mask, a flimsy swab of wispy gossamer, a thing like a thong for the lower face. What checkered history you faced, having your share of highs and lows in the tumultuous tumble of time, reviled and mocked nowadays as regressive religious requirement by certain sects and sections of society, condemned by law-abiding citizenry as the rightful raiment of hold-up hoodlums and gun-toting bank robbers. Poor mask, such an insubstantial garment, to what depths your fortunes have sunk. But hold, there's help coming from an unexpected quarter. Though forgotten are your days of chivalry, when a hero like Zorro employed a face guard in his much-admired exploits of daredevilry. You shot to fame in literature too, as the metal covering for the mien of a pitiful prince, a potential monarch consigned to a dungeon dark. In the realm of music, you showed your mettle, when foot-tapping throngs were regaled in a multitude of masque and masquerade. Now your day has come again, O neglected mask. Armies and armaments have proved unequal to the task. Government policy and medical technology seem impotent and aimless in their strategy. The unprepared world is facing an apocalypse when sickness and death is laying siege to cities, countries, and continents. You have risen to the challenge like none else, to repulse the wave upon wave of invisible enemies. By donning the holy veil, humanity can breathe easy. Before I conclude, I'd like to share something with my readers. Many of you all have approached me at my book signing events or when I'm reading from my stories, inquiring how one can become a writer. I understand it's not easy, but nevertheless, first thing to do is to sit down and start writing. Don't have to wait for a time, like when you retire, after retirement I'll start writing, or waiting for inspiration. Start writing, you'll find time and you'll find inspiration as you go along. Time to say goodbye. Thank you all of you all and stay safe.